All right, let's continue the discussion. Srimad Bhagavatam, we're still in Canto 7, Chapter 10. So we continue from text 41. 41 to 50 is a conclusion. Everything you ask me, Dhira Damodara is speaking, about Shishupal and others attain salvation, although they were inimical, has now been explained to you by me. In this narration about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, various expansions or incarnations of Lord have been described. And the killing of the two demons Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakasipu has also been described. The avatars are described in the authentic scriptures, Shastras. And therefore, before one risks accepting a pretender as an avatar, one should refer to the Shastras. The Shastras say everywhere that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and that he has innumerable avatars or incarnations. Elsewhere in the Brahma Samhita it is said, Ramadi Murutisu Kala Niyame Natishtan. Ram, Nrsimha, Varaha, and many others are consecutive expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After Krishna comes Balaram. After Balaram is Sankarshan, then Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayan, and then the Purusha Avatars, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakasai Vishnu, and Shirodakasai Vishnu. All of them are avatars. Whenever there are references to the avatars, religious principles are established, and demons who are against Krishna are killed. The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading all over the world with two aims. One is to establish Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to kill all the pretenders who falsely present themselves as avatars. That is our responsibility. The preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement must carry this conviction very carefully within their heart and kill the demons who, in many tactful ways, vilify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Very big task. Prahlad Maharaj is our Guru, and Krishna is our worshipful God. As advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija. If we can be successful in getting the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj and also that of Nrsimha Dev, then our Krishna consciousness movement will be extremely successful. The demon Hiranyakasipu had so many ways to try to become God himself. But although Prahlad Maharaj was chastised and threatened in many ways, he rigidly refuses to accept his powerful demonic father as God. Following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should reject all the rascals who pretend to be God. We must accept Krishna and his incarnations and no one else. No one else. Prabhupada continue. This narration describes the characteristics of the great and exalted devotee Prahlad Maharaj, his staunch devotional service, his perfect knowledge, and his perfect detachment from material contamination. The qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. The character, the exalted character of Prahlad Maharaj. So the exalted devotee, the exalted wonderful qualities. He is a staunch devotional service, rigid devotional practice, the Prahlad. his perfect knowledge. Perfect knowledge in the sense he never accepted anything, not even his father, as powerful as he may be, as God. He reserved that only for Krishna and Nrsimhadev. And his perfect detachment from material contamination. This is Prahlad Maharaj. It also described the Supreme Personality of God as the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Prahlad Maharaj in his prayers has described the transcendental qualities of the Lord and has also described how the various abodes of the demigods and demons, regardless of how materially opulent, are destroyed by the mere direction of the Lord. This is very important. By studying Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one can perfectly understand the science of Krishna, the nature of the material world and spiritual worlds, and the aim of life. If you study Bhagavatam, very carefully, yes, we'll be able to understand under a bona fide, carefully study, under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, we'll have wonderful realization. We can perfectly understand the science of Krishna. We should not hear Bhagavatam from a non-devotee, even though they will speak very nicely. We should not hear from them. They cannot reveal Krishna to us because they don't have Krishna in their heart. So they cannot give. Only devotees can give us Krishna because they have Krishna in their heart. So studying Bhagavatam is to help us understand the science of Krishna, understand the nature of this material world and the nature of the spiritual worlds and the aim of life. This is what we consider knowledge, benefit. We shouldn't study Bhagavatam for any other purpose. It's only for this purpose. Why? Because Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Purana. Amala Purana. The potency is that we realize these three things, four things. Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam is a spotless Vedic literature, as we have discussed in the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the science of the activities of the devotees, the activities of the demons, the permanent abode and the temporary abode. Through Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is perfectly known. Very good. The principles of religion by which one can actually understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called Bhagavad Dharma. Bhagavad Dharma. In this narration, therefore, which deals with these principles, actual transcendence is properly described. Bhagavatam gives us a complete understanding of everything. To understand the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the real purpose of education. That's education. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. One must simply hear about and describe Lord Vishnu and his various incarnations. This narration concerning Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Nrsimhadev, therefore, has properly described spiritual transcendental subjects. Benediction and blessings as well there. One who hears and chants this narration about the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is certainly liberated from material bondage without fear. This is wonderful. Anyone who hears and chants this narration about the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu is certainly liberated from material bondage without fail. That's guarantee. So it's expected that all of you, by the time we finish the Bhagavatam, you are perfect devotee. That's the expectation. Perfect devotee. That is our expectation. We're expecting that all of you become perfect devotee without fail, free from the bondage of material existence. In Bhagavatam, if you remember, Canto 1, Chapter 7, Text 7. 177. Do you remember? 177. Bhagavatam is described. Sutta Goswami. Jasam Bhai Suryama Nayam Krishna Parama Purushe Bhakti Utpadyate Pumsaha Soka Mohabhaya Paha. Simply by giving oral reception to this Vedic literature, the feeling for loving devotional service to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, is sprout up at once to extinguish the fire of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness. That's 177. So there is the potential of Bhagavatam is that who hears become free, will develop love for Krishna in the heart. That's the purpose of hearing Bhagavatam. In the purpose of speaking and to hearing Bhagavatam, we will become free from fear, from illusion, and attain pure love for God. Krishna will manifest. Pure love for Krishna will manifest by studying Bhagavatam. We should be fully convinced about this. Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. Anyone who, with great attention, in the benediction, hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and activity to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narasimhadev, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. So great. So great. By giving great attention, it is considered great attention, and we should listen with attention. That is our concern. That is our concern. We want to be sure that we hear with attention. We were trying to establish this yesterday. You see? Prahlad Maharaj was the best among exalted devotees. The best. Anyone who with great attention hears this narration, it is not ordinary thing. This is not ordinary thing. So we want all of us to get this blessing. We should get this blessing. Here's this narration concerning the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, and the killing of Hiranyakashipu, and the activities to the Supreme Lord, Personality of God, and Narasimhadev. It is, the word is, surely reaches the spiritual abode, where there is no anxiety. Is there anything else that we want in this world? Is there anything that can be compared to this? Nothing can be compared to this. Nothing can be compared. So we should give attention to Bhagavatam. Full attention. Then we will get the necessary necessary requisite. Necessary. Qualification to get what is available. If a poor, a child from a poor family has nothing to eat. It's okay. It's okay. You understand he doesn't have. But if a rich man's son is starving, that is a pathetic situation. This is a really pathetic situation. We have this facility. By fortune, Prabhupada created our fortune that has given us this. Prabhupada caused our fortune. And now we have this. So devotees should not suffer. Because our Father is Krishna, who has everything and has made it available through many ways. We have Ganga, we have Bhagavatam, we have devotees, we have Tulsi Devi, we have Prasadam, devotees. What else?
Deities.
We have deities. What else do we need? This is what we need. So let's do. Huh?
Guru.
Also, we have the Guru, the Son.
Yes. Devotee. Guru is included, the devotee. So this, we should give attention to these varieties of mercy the Krishna and his pure devotees have established for us. Now the Muni continued, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate. For the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well. And therefore, they constantly visit this house. Why Prahlad, why Narada Muni spoke this verse to Yudhishthira Maharaj? Why Narada Muni spoke this verse to Yudhishthira Maharaj? What is in his mind? Yes, Pandavas Devi.
Hare Krishna, originally my understanding is that Yudhishthira Maharaj was wondering why the Lord is seemingly partial, the way he kills devotees and the way he treats, the way he kills non-devotees and the way he kills devotees after Shishupal was killed. So he was having a discourse with Narada Muni and asking him lots of different questions.
All right, very good. Thank you very much. Something else? Thank you. Something else? Any suggestion? Some thoughts? My dear Maharaj Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, he's talking about Prahlad. And Yudhishthira asked him the question he had been speaking, so he gave me an answer. He didn't ask a question about himself. But now Narada is speaking about him and his brothers. All of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate. For the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna lives in your palace, just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house. They constantly visit this house. Any other thoughts?
Maharaj, maybe like this that Narad Muni want to show the unique position of Pandavas.
All right, good, good. Yeah, thank you. That is good. After hearing about the activities of Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee should be very anxious to follow in his footsteps. But such a devotee might be disappointed, thinking that not every devotee can come to that standard of Prahlad Maharaj. This is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest, to be incompetent and unqualified. Thus, after hearing the narration of Prahlad Maharaj's activities, Maharaj Yudhishthira, who was on the same standard of devotional service as Prahlad, might have been thinking of his own humble position. Therefore, Narada Muni, however, could understand Maharaj Yudhishthira's mind, and therefore he immediately encouraged him by saying that the Pandavas were not less fortunate. They were as good as Prahlad Maharaj, because although Lord Singhadev appeared for Prahlad, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form, as Krishna was also living with the Pandavas. You got the answer? Now you understand?
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. Hanuman told Narada Muni. He told Narada Muni. Hanuman said, you are a brahmachari, life. I am brahmachari, life. And also the Kumaras, life brahmachari. But see, we are inferior to the Pandavas, who are householders. This is Hanuman speaking. And he's speaking to Narada. And he counted three of them. Himself, Hanuman, the Kumaras, and Narada Muni himself. Then he gave example. Narada, who is a deity? Is a deity for Narada Muni? Who is a deity for Narada Muni? Whom Narada Muni worship? Who is his Lord? Narayan. Very good. Hanuman. Who is his Lord? Ramachandra. Good. The Kumaras. The Kumar. Huh?
Lord Sankarsana.
Sankarsana. Vishnu. Yes. Very good. And who is the deity of the Pandavas? Huh? Krishna. Yes. So who is superior?
Pandavas.
The Pandavas. The Pandavas is superior. Because other are the expansions of Krishna, and Krishna is Avatari. Therefore, Pandavas are superior. That is why Krishna left the yogis, the Gyanis in the forest. Krishna left them to come and stay in the palace of householders. Because the love for the Pandavas is great. They worship Krishna directly, the Avatari, not the avatars. So they are superior. So Hanuman warned Narada, don't think less of them. Don't think that we are superior to them. We are not. And Prahlad, who we worship? The Singhadev. All incarnations of Krishna. So the Pandavas are exalted. Narada Muni is aware. He has been told already by Hanumanji. So he's aware. Therefore, after speaking, he has to make this very clear. None of the Pandavas are envious. They don't have envy within them. But it's natural. It's natural to glorify and to make things very clear. Yes, Sumati, Vishak.
Maharaj, when Hanuman warned Narad, in which context?
That is from Brihad Bhagavatamrit, Sanatana Goswami. Brihad Bhagavatamrit. Brihad Bhagavatamrit.
Okay.
Yes, Sanatana Goswami is speaking this. So I'm adding everything together in one. Yeah, connecting everything together. Yes. But Bihar Bhagavatam is very sweet, very, very sweet. So nectarian. Yes. Although the Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna Yogmaya, could not think of their fortunate position, every saintly person, including the great sage Narada, could understand it, and therefore they constantly visited Maharaj Yudhishthira. And when Krishna was leaving for Dwarka, Yudhishthira Maharaj said, please stay for more few days, don't go now, please stay. Krishna has right to say, no, I'm going. Who are you to order me? No, say, yeah. Krishna said, yeah, no problem, I will stay. And he stayed. So the word of Acharya used that Yudhishthira Maharaj detained Krishna. Yudhishthira Maharaj detained Krishna. Not physical power. Not fame, not opulence, not the palace. It's the love. Krishna is controlled by love of his devotees. It's not a fault. That is nature. It's nature. Krishna is controlled, defeated by the love of his devotees. It's not a fault. That is nature. It's nature. And Krishna was washing Arjuna's chariot, Arjuna's horses for 18 days. Krishna was washing, bathing Arjuna's horses for 18 days, feeding them for 18 days. Arjuna was kicking Krishna both left and right for 18 days. Apart from driving the chariot, Arjuna was kicking Krishna 18 days, no complaint. Ordinarily, as apparat, ordinarily. Because love supersedes everything, it becomes nectar, not an apparat. The Pandavas, however, were better than all of them because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. Narada Muni therefore specifically mentioned that within this material world, Niriloke, the Pandavas were the most fortunate. Most fortunate. Yes. The impersonal Brahman is Krishna himself because Krishna is the source of the impersonal Brahman. Brahmano Pratistaham. This is 1427. He is the origin of the transcendental bliss sought by great saintly persons. Yet he, the Supreme Person, is your most dear friend and constant well-wisher, and is intimately related to you as the son of your maternal uncle. Indeed, Krishna is always like your body and soul. He is worshipable, yet he acts as your servant and sometimes as your spiritual master. Just see, Narada Muni is doing something here. He said, Krishna is the origin of the transcendental bliss sought by great saintly persons. Yet, Krishna is the Supreme Person. Krishna is your most dear friend. And Krishna is your constant well-wisher. Krishna is your intimate related. Krishna is intimately related to you as your son, as the son of your maternal uncle. Indeed, Krishna is always like your body and soul. He is worshipable, yet he acts as your servant, and sometimes as your spiritual master, as your messenger. If you remember in the first canto, Bhishmadev, he pointed hand to Krishna. He was telling, hey, you this time, look, see this boy standing here. See him, Krishna. He's bewildering all of us with his mystic power to make us think that he's one of us. But actually, he is the original Narayan. But out of affection, you send him message. Yes, Yudhishthira Maharaj sent Krishna to go and kill Jarasandha. Krishna went. He sent him to go and negotiate settlement with Dhira. Krishna went. He's a messenger. Krishna went. Driving the chariot, the messenger, the servant. Krishna did happily, didn't complain. He's the supreme personality of God, but see what he's doing. See the potency of spiritual love of Godhead. See the potency. See what he can do. That same Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, acted as a supreme friend and relative of the Pandavas. And sometimes he even acted as their servant by carrying a letter from the Pandavas to Dhritarashtra and Dhira. Because Krishna was the well-wisher of the Pandavas, he also acted as a guru by becoming the spiritual master of Arjuna. Arjuna accepted Krishna as his spiritual master. Sisyastiham sadimam tvam papanam. And Krishna sometimes chastised him. Asochan avasochas tvam pragya badamsa bhasase. Cha bhasase, yes. While speaking learned word, you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. The Lord also said, Kutas tvam kasmalam idam. Yes. Idam bisame samu pastitam. Ana Arya justam. You are not an Aryan. You are not a civilized person. So where does these impurities come? Where do they come from? Not from your father's side, not from your mother's side. Where did they come from? Because you have on the father's side, from the mother's side, they are all great personality. Where does your impurity come from? I can't trace it. Where? Oh, from yourself. This is nonsense. Yes. My dear John, how have these impurities come upon you? Such was the intimate relationship between the Pandavas and Krishna. In the same way, pure devotee of the Lord is always with Krishna. Through thick and thin. In happiness and in joy. Krishna is always there. His way of life is Krishna. This is the statement of the authority Sri Narada Muni. Text 50. Exalted person like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma could not properly describe the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. May the Lord, who is always worshipped as the protector of all devotees, by great saints who observe vows of silence, meditation, devotion and service, and renunciation, be pleased with us. Jai. Jai. The absolute truth is sought by different persons in different ways, yet he remains inconceivable. Nonetheless, devotees like the Pandavas, the Gopis, the cowhead boys, Mother Yasoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the inhabitants of Vrindavan do not need to practice the conventional processes of meditation to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For he remains with them through thick and thin. Therefore, a saint like Narada, understanding the difference between the transcendentalists and pure devotees, always prays that the Lord will be pleased with him. All right. 51 to 70. Lord Shiva killed the 3 cities of the demons. From 51 to 70. My dear King Yudhishthira, long ago in history, a demon known as Mayadanava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God, has saved Lord Shiva. Yes. Maharaj Yudhishthira said, for what reason did the demon Maya Danava vanquish Lord Shiva's reputation? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva and expand his reputation again? Kindly describe these incidents. Yes. From the Puranas. From the Puranas, it is mentioned. Now the Muni said, when the demigods, who are always powerful by the mercy of Lord Krishna, fought with the Asuras were defeated, and therefore they took shelter of Mayadanava, the greatest of the demons. Mayadanava, the great leader of the demons, prepared 3 invisible residences and gave them to the demons. These dwellings resemble airplanes made of gold, silver, and iron, and they contained uncommon paraphernalia. My dear King Yudhishthira, because of these 3 dwellings, the commanders of the demons remained invisible to the demigods. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the demons, remembering their former enmity, began to vanquish the 3 worlds, the upper, middle, and lower planetary systems. Thereafter, when the demons had begun to destroy the higher planetary systems, the rulers of those planets went to Lord Shiva, fully surrendered unto him, and said, Dear Lord, we demigods living in the 3 worlds are about to be vanquished. We are your followers. Kindly save us. The most powerful and able Lord Shiva, I reassured them and said, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. He then fixed his arrows to his bow and released them towards the 3 residences occupied by the demons. The arrows released by Lord Shiva appeared like fiery beams emanating from the sun globe and covered the 3 residential airplanes, which could then no longer be seen. Attacked by Lord Shiva's golden arrows, all the demoniac inhabitants of those 3 dwellings lost their lives and fell down. Then the great mystic Mayadanava dropped the demons into a nectarian well that he had created. The story is narrated somewhere in other Puranas that when the demons came to report to Lord Shiva was very sympathetic with the demons, the demigod. And he, like he said here, don't be afraid. He assured them of protection. I'm going to give them protection. So Lord Shiva, I came here, as is mentioned here, destroyed the 3 cities created by Mayadanava and killed all the demons. But Mayadanava was not among those demons killed. So when Lord Shiva killed all of them, he also took the attitude of revenge to fight with Lord Shiva, which he did. Before then, the Prabhupada said in this purport, the Asuras, however, instead of becoming devotees of Krishna, utilize this mystic power for their personal sense gratification. Mayadanava, for example, is mentioned here as Mahayogi, a great mystic, but his business was to help the Asuras. Nowadays, we are actually seeing that there are some yogis who cater to the senses of materialists, and they are imposters who advertise themselves as God. Mayadanava was such a person, a god among the demons, and he could perform some wonderful feats, one of which is described here. He made a well filled with nectar and dipped the Asuras into that nectarian well. This nectar was known as Mrita Sanjiva Yitari, for it could bring a dead body to life. Mrita Sanjiva Yitari is also an Ayurvedic preparation. It is a kind of liquor that invigorates even a person on the verge of death. Mayadanava has power to do this. So he revived all the demons that Lord Shiva killed. When the demigod requested Lord Shiva to help him, Lord Shiva told them there's no way he's going to kill them, including Mayadanava, in a very short while. But it did not happen like that. Because Mayadanava, he was reviving all the demons. So Lord Shiva was really perplexed. And Mayadanava himself fought with Lord Shiva severely. They fought here on the earth for a long time. They will not defeat. Lord Shiva fought for a long time with this demon. And then suddenly, Mayadanava disappeared, went to the sky and was fighting Lord Shiva from the sky. Lord Shiva was perplexed. What is this? So he flew up and went there to meet Mayadanava, and they fought there for a whole week. And after that, Mayadanava threw Lord Shiva down. So Lord Shiva was amazed. What is this? So here Lord Vishnu came. Then Lord Vishnu came. When the dead bodies of the demons came in touch with the nectar, their bodies became invisible to thunderbolt, and that with great strength. They got up like lightning penetrating the clouds. Seeing Lord Shiva very much aggrieved and disappointed, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Vishnu, considered how to stop this nuisance created by Mayadanava. So Lord Shiva actually prayed to Lord Vishnu. So Lord Vishnu came. So what do you want? Then Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu helping Lord Shiva. Then Lord Brahma became a calf and Lord Vishnu a cow. And at noon, they entered the residences and drank all the nectar in the well. This was done by Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu did this to help Lord Shiva. And then, Lord Vishnu gave Lord Shiva a powerful weapon. The demons could see the calf and cow. But because of the illusion created by the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the demons could not forbid them. They couldn't do anything. The great mystic Maya Danava became aware that the calf and cow were drinking the nectar, and he could understand this to be the unseen power of providence. Thus, he spoke to the demons who were grievously lamenting. Maya Danava said, "What has been destined by the Supreme Lord for oneself, for others, or for both oneself and others cannot be undone anywhere by anyone. Anywhere or by anyone. Whether one be a demigod, a demon, a human being, or anyone else." What the Lord has done, nobody can check it. I think that is a Bengali proverb now. Whom the Lord has killed, want to kill, nobody can protect. And whom the Lord has protected, nobody can kill. That is being shown, even known by demons. Maya Danava appreciated that. Prabhupada says something very powerful in the purport. The Supreme Lord is one, Krishna, the Vishnu Tattva. Krishna expands himself into Vishnu Tattva personally, and personal expansion, Swamsa, who control everything. Maya Danava said, "However I plan, you plan, or both of us plan, the Lord has planned what is to happen. No one's plan will be successful without his sanction. None our plan will work without Krishna's mercy. When something happens, it is not because of our intelligence in planning. It is because the Lord has come in to show the mercy. It's not because of our ability to plan, not because of our intelligence, not because of our strength. Because the Lord has supported us. The Lord has approved it. We may make our own various plans, but unless they are sanctioned by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, they will never be successful. Hundreds and millions of plans are made by all kinds of living entities, but without the sanction of the Supreme Lord, they are futile. Futile. All plans are possible only by Krishna's mercy. Otherwise, nothing. Nothing. So Lord Vishnu gave a weapon to Lord Shiva after he had drank the nectar created by Maya Danava. Now Lord Shiva, as he promised in the beginning, as a moment, kill all the demons and redeem the demigod. Although Lord Shiva is very powerful, he lost a battle to the Asuras, and therefore he was morose and disappointed. He prayed to Lord Vishnu, and Vishnu came. And he drank the nectar, then gave him a weapon to use for the demons. However, because he is one of the chief devotees of the Lord personally equipped him with all the paraphernalia for war. Paraphernalia, I'm repeating. The Lord first of all drank the nectar and he gave him the weapon to kill the demons. The devotee therefore must serve the Lord sincerely, and Krishna is always in the background to protect him, and if need be, to equip him fully to fight with his enemy. For devotees, there is no scarcity of knowledge or material requisites for spreading the Krishna consciousness movement. This is very important. We should take this very seriously. Then, Lord Shiva as he promised that I will finish him in a moment. Lord Shiva was able to do this in a moment only when Lord Vishnu supported him. Then Lord Shiva killed Maya Danava. My dear King Yudhishthira, the most powerful Lord Shiva joined the arrows to his bow given by Lord Vishnu. And at noon, he set fire to all the 3 residences of the demons and thus destroyed them. Seated in their airplanes in the sky, the inhabitants of the higher planetary system beat many kettle drums. The demigods, the saints, the Peters, the Siddhas, and various great personalities showered flowers on the head of Lord Shiva, wishing him all victory. And the Apsaras began to chant and dance with great pleasure. O King Yudhishthira, thus Lord Shiva is known as Tripurari, the annihilator of the 3 dwellings of the demons, because he burnt these dwellings to ashes. Being worshipped by the demigods, headed by Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva returned to his own abode. The Lord Sri Krishna appeared as a human being, yet he performed many uncommon and wonderful pastimes by his own potency. How can I say more about his activities than what has already been said by great saintly persons? Everyone can be purified by his activities simply by hearing about them from the right source. If we hear about Krishna, we are repeating what we said yesterday, and we'll continue to repeat it. If we hear about Krishna, the 2 side effects, all impurities, all misgivings, everything inauspicious, our karma will be destroyed completely, be made zero. Second, we will develop pure love for Krishna. 2 side effects for hearing about Krishna, for serving Lord Krishna as devotee. 2 side effects. So that is the end of Bhakti Vedanta purpose, the 7th canto, 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Prahlad the Best Among Exalted Devotees. So we move into chapter 11. Let's move to
Maharaj, this Moedanov had kidnapped 16,108 queens of Dwarka.
No, not this one. No, not this one.
He was Narkasura, I think.
Yes, that is Narakasura. Not Madanava. All right? It's not Madanava, it's Narakasura. Okay, let's move to chapter 11. I'm behind the schedule. So what you reach 12 today? I don't think we'll reach it there. Yes, chapter 11, the perfect society for social classes. From text 1 to 4. From text 1 to 4. Yudhishthira Maharaj glorifies Narada Muni and inquires from him about Sanatana Dharma and Vanarasam Dharma. He first of all glorified Narada. Yes, this is the process of inquiry. This is a process. We have to glorify the speaker. Invoke his mercy to speak. When the speaker sees the eagerness, the enthusiasm, the eagerness to hear, the speaker will speak more than his level, because it is Krishna who will stimulate the speaker to speak. It's a subtle science that will take place. So Yudhishthira Maharaj glorified Narada Muni. After glorifying him, then he will ask his questions about Sanatana Dharma and Varnasam Dharma. Text 1 to 4. Sri Sukha Uvacha Srutva Hitam Sadbhat Sabba Sabhajitam Mahatamagranyam Urukramad Manaha Yudhishthiro Daityan Pate Buddhan Vitan Prapacha Bhuyan Tenayam Swayam Bhuvan. Sukadeva Goswami continued. After hearing about the activities and character of Prahlad Maharaj, which are adored and discussed among great personalities like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, not only Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, the activities of Prahlad Maharaj is discussed among great personalities like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and another wonderful personality. And who is here attentively and enthusiastically about Prahlad Maharaj's activities? Who? You remember? Do you remember? Try remember. Yes, Brindavani Devi.
Yudhishthira Maharaj and all the Pandavas and everyone at the Rajasuya sacrifice.
Yes, I mentioned here Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, Yudhishthira Maharaj, and this one of that great personality who always like to hear about Prahlad Maharaj. Remember? Okay, let me go closer. Jagannath Puri.
Yes, Maharaj, Lord Chaitanya.
Okay,
From
now,
Godadhar.
okay, now thank you. Now you remember. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were hearing.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to hear this first time in Tuta Govindnath temple.
Every day from, and who was speaking?
From Godadhar Pandit.
Yes, Pandit was speaking every day. And Chaitanya was hearing without tiring. He was not tired of hearing about Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruva Maharaj. Yes, Dhruva Maharaj. He takes pleasure in hearing about his devotees. See, he's teaching us. See what he's teaching us. It's exalted. Yes, the most respectful king among exalted personalities. Again, inquired from the great Saint Narada Muni in a mood of great pleasure. See, in a mood of great pleasure. Yudhishthira Maharaj wants to hear with happy hearts. That means he's not pretending. He's not whiling away time. He is ready to hear without tiring. His appetite is very, very high to hear about pure devotees, from pure devotees. It's wonderful. Second, Maharaj Yudhishthira said, "My dear Lord, I wish to hear from you about the principles of religion by which one can attain the ultimate goal of life, devotional service. I wish to hear about the general occupational duties of human society and the system of social and spiritual advancement known as Varnasama Dharma." He wants to hear about Sanatana Dharma. He wants to hear about Varnasama Dharma. Prahlad Maharaj Yudhishthira Maharaj want to hear. This is the activity of devotees. One will know one of the ways, there are many ways to understand where we are in Krishna consciousness. If we are making advancement in Krishna consciousness, is our appetite to hear about Krishna, about Krishna's devotee, our taste in Bhagavatam. Most of us, we have an addiction for newspapers and magazines and sport stories. But when it comes to Bhagavatam, our seeker is up. Me sleeping. When you can see someone seeker means you're not doing japa, you're not hearing Bhagavatam, you're sleeping. But we don't do that when we are reading newspapers and magazines. So what are the ways, what you want to, how do I know I'm making advancement? We know we are making advancement by the taste we have in hearing Bhagavatam. The taste we have in hearing about Krishna. Our appetite to speak, to glorify devotees. These are the ways we can understand we're making advancement. If these things are low, it means that we're not making advancement. Or our advancement is slow. So we should know these things so we can increase it. So Prabhupada said, the Krishna consciousness movement is called. Therefore, is what? An attempt to guide human society to serving the personality of Godhead instead of serving the material world with no real profit. So Prabhupada has a purpose in establishing ISKCON. Prabhupada is purpose driven in establishing Krishna conscious movement. He is purpose driven. What is his purpose? An attempt to guide human society to serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Guiding human society to serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And serving, instead of serving the material world with no profit. Prabhupada is purposeful. And we can call ourselves follower of Prabhupada only if we make this our purpose. So all of us, we should check ourselves and see if our day-to-day life support Prabhupada's mission, Prabhupada's purpose in establishing ISKCON. This is how we judge. We measure where we are in our Christian consciousness. It is necessary for us to measure where we are in Christian consciousness. If we don't measure our Christian consciousness, we are not making advancement. And we will not make advancement. We will make advancement, or we are making advancement by measuring. How do we measure? By checking to see how a follower of Prabhupada are we. Not a Vyasa Puj, eloquent speaking of Vyasa Puj. Vyasa Puja, eloquent, perfect, ornamented glorification of Prabhupada. That is not following Prabhupada. That's a different thing altogether. Following Prabhupada means we are living an exemplary life that is supporting Prabhupada's mission. Our actual experience is that every man, animal, bird, and beast, indeed, every living entity is engaged in rendering service. Is that what we are doing every day? That we are pushing everyone who has come here to sincerely do service for Krishna. And we are encouraging people to do the service with a favorable mind. Not pushing people, the people will do the service with anger. I'm forced to do this. That is not following Prabhupada. We should do the service lovingly, happily, with joy. That will satisfy Srila Prabhupada, and that will fulfill the mission of Prabhupada establishing ISKCON. I'm repeating, he has a purpose for establishing ISKCON, and that is what he is expressing very openly. Letter of instruction. The International Society has been established to give people a chance to hear about Krishna. Very clear letter of instruction. Our duty is to make sure people who come here are being supported to hear about Krishna. That means we should be very, very sincere to Prabhupada. We should speak the direct philosophy, not politics. Not politics. in the 5th canto, Prabhupada mentioned the purport. We should know that this movement is not a hotel. At Harekesha temple is not a hotel. It is for training and encouraging devotees to serve Krishna sincerely from the heart. And he also mentioned, what is that? It's disappearing from me. No, not on. Something else. Just as I was speaking, enjoy this a bit because many things are coming to the man.
Crazy and lazy?
No, not necessarily. Anyway, this, yes, now I remember. Yes, I remember. Prabhupada said, a sannyas business is to preach Krishna consciousness. Sincerely. That's his business. And when he sincerely preaches and facilities come, he should not just stop there. Now he should build temple for dedicated and loyal disciples. This is the 1st canto. This is the 1st canto. A sannyas duty is what? To preach pure Krishna consciousness. And by his pure preaching, when facilities come, then he should construct costly temple for dedicated and loyal disciples. So Prabhupada is very clear in his business. Oh, it is time. Sorry. Okay, we end here. We'll end here. This eternal occupation. Therefore, the mentality of service is called the eternal occupational duty. This eternal occupational duty can be organized through the institution of an ashram, in which there are 4 varanas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra, and 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. Thus, Yudhishthira Maharaj inquired from Narada Muni about the principles of Sanatana Dharma for the benefit of human society. You see how he ended. For the benefit of human society. Prabhupada is continuing the parampara. So Prabhupada did not come to end the parampara. He came to continue the parampara. What Yudhishthira Maharaj is presenting, what Narada Muni is presenting, what our acharyas are presenting, Prabhupada is continuing that. So Prabhupada ki jai. See you tomorrow. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you all very much.